Hello and welcome back to another video. I'm back on disasters because honestly I haven't started working on that editing that Let's Play video. I'll explain that hopefully in this video on why, but yeah, right now we have Dragons and Anvil Rain. Two disasters I'm not honestly that scared about. This past week I had a marching band camp. I talked about it in my last video actually, but if you didn't watch it, oh no, I'm stuck. That's unfortunate. Well, yeah, it's a little close. So I'm in a marching band at my university, and my band camp started about a week ago. By the time I get this video out, it'll be a little over a week, but about a week ago, I had it, and it was my first day went pretty well. I talked about it in that video. I'm gonna try to talk about the rest of the week and how great my college schedule is, because that's coming up. 2 seconds, can I get out? Can I not die, please? I'm not surviving. Well, I couldn't do anything. Day 2 of marching band, we continued learning our show, and we got, I don't remember how much of our show we got done. I think we got a good chunk of our first movement done, with, I believe, just marching. Basically how my band does it, we do visual stuff first, and then we add the music on afterwards. Which I think makes a lot of sense. So, lightning, yay, and Anvil Rain. So day 2 we had that, we worked on learning the second movement of our show. I'm not going to reveal the movement's names, because even though they are out in the public, I can reveal that in a later video. On our second day of band camp, I don't think too much happened. I think I met some members that I didn't meet earlier just because they had other things going on, such as RA training or jobs outside of campus, or a variety of reasons. Day 3, I think more of the same. By day 3, we definitely had our first movement on the field, and I think we put music with the first movement. So, our first movement, good to go. I mean, definitely not clean and everything, but it's on the field, which is the most important thing. Then we start working on movement 2. This time, it's, again, no music, just learning where we're going on the field. My day 3 is just more of the same. I think we started working on our third movement. My show is 4 movements, by the way, so we have a lot of music to learn. This third movement was not too difficult, a lot of repeated stuff. So once I learned like the first little bit, especially knowing how the song goes, it's like, okay, I know what's coming up next. And the song is literally just like mellow melody. The mellophone section has it's basically a marching French horn. We just get melody the whole time. So trumpets get a little bit of melody, trombones probably get some, but they're like the main instrument. So knowing that they don't get the melody the whole time makes me feel happy inside. 3, 2, and 1, and I've survived. Let's go. New round. Dang it. So, day 3, that was my day. Nothing too much. At this point, it is Wednesday? I think so. There was a lot that happened. My band camp started on a Sunday. Day 3, or whatever day it is, we're learning the ballad, like I said. We're learning the second movement. And I think we get about a third of the second movement done. we do a run through of our first movement just to make sure that we have everything locked in, because if we start forgetting stuff, it is going to be a disaster. And next disaster is the tornado. That spawned like almost on me. Holy cow. That was day whatever, day 4. Day 5 is where things get interesting. I can't talk too much about it for the privacy of people, but we had a small emergency on our field about an hour in. Everything... Oh, that's bad. That's maybe not good. Everyone's okay, but it shook a lot of us up in the morning. Caused about a 40-minute delay to our schedule. And then I noticed, man, it's kinda hot and sunny outside. So I forgot to wear sunscreen a lot during my band camp, and I was starting to feel the effects of it. Dang it, acid rain. So at this point it is, the UV index is 9, which is, if that means nothing to you, it means it's just very sunny and very bright, which means you're gonna get sunburned if you don't wear sunscreen. I think at this point it's like I remember looking at my phone, it's 11 o'clock, I'm like, you know what, we could use a break, and I consider signaling to my section leader that I think it might be time for a break, but I also don't want to be the person who holds the entire band up and is like, hey, we should take a break, because I didn't know how long the last break was. I was like, maybe 20 minutes or so. Our band takes breaks like roughly every 30 minutes, especially in the summer, just to make sure that people don't overheat or anything, making sure people are healthy. I mean, we're doing good. 2 wins in a row. So I considered messaging, or like signaling to my section leader that I wanted this break, but I was like, oh, I don't want to hold our band up. And I don't think we took a break for a good 50 minutes, when I really needed a break to at least get some sunscreen on. I was not very happy that day. I mean, I got through it. I'm here creating a video, but my leg might still be kinda... We started memorizing the first movement, because we gotta have it memorized. We did start playing it on the field, but not everyone had it memorized. So it's nice, it's important that we go back and just have all of our music memorized. Oh yeah, I forgot, on this day we got our first access. No, it was our second time. The day before, I forgot to mention this. We have like an indoor area that we can practice sometimes when the weather's not ideal. So if it gets really hot or there's thunderstorms, we can go here. It's not ideal because it is about a mile away from our campus, but it is a nice facility, and I always enjoy going there. It's air conditioned. It's inside a spot, so it is nice. Like I said, it started getting really hot and sunny these days, so we got to go to the air-conditioned place for the second time in our band camp. The first one was the day before, day 4. I'd say overall, pretty good day. We got our second movement learned, and we got a very small amount of our third movement learned. At the end of the day, we went to an indoor complex thing, or indoor football area that we can sometimes practice at. We don't always practice there because there's a lot of other sports that use it on campus, like I think I've seen softball team use it, which I know kind of sounds odd. Our football team uses it, soccer, a lot of sports use it. So, and it's not our space, it's the campus's space, plus maybe the community's, I'm not sure. This is our second time going here. We actually went in the first time the day before, but I forgot about it. So went there, we got some good air conditioning, which is nice. We didn't continue to get sunburned on my leg, or my arms, I guess, but it was pretty good. I made sure to wear earplugs because it gets loud when you get 400 people playing basically 40, I'm gonna avoid musical terms, very, very, very loud, enough to make your ears bleed, and hard-boiled egg. And I know that sounds crazy, but yes, if you have a marching bands who play loud enough, they can hard-boil an egg. Maybe, yeah, I definitely just wanted to wear earplugs, because I'm pretty sure I had a lot of instruments, like, being played right into my ear. So at this point we had, I think at the end of this day, we had all of our second movements learned, and we had just started our third movement. Maybe it was the day before on Wednesday, I don't know. These days blended together like crazy. I don't know if I said that already, but if I haven't, I mean, this was 6 to 12-hour days. Basically like 72 hours of band camp. There's a lot of stuff that happened, and I can't remember a tenth of it to save my life. But yeah, I'm trying to go over main points that happened. It was, I mean, overall, a lot of fun to do. There's still another day. I realized that just now. At this point, it's Thursday. We had our 2 movements learned. We had to, all stuff's out of order, and I know it. I think we might have had our first 2 movements done day before on Wednesday. No, it was definitely Thursday when we had them all learned. But we had, our third movement started to be learned that morning. Because I remember I was getting sunburn in like one of the first sets, and I hated it so much. So that afternoon we continued learning a good chunk of the third movement, and got to run through the first 2 movements, and like the stuff we learned in the third movement, so a good chunk of our show. At this point, we're on day 6, the final day of band camp. What's up? I couldn't do anything, I was in water flowing. At this point, we're on day 6 of band camp, so it's our Friday, last day. And I go to pick someone up from a nearby dorm, because I've been giving them rides all week, because I have a car and they don't. And I'm just being a good person and saving a little bit of traffic. And like, literally the second I show up, and they walk over to my car, and it's pouring rain out. I forgot to mention, it's pouring rain out. So I'm like, okay, hopefully we can get, I mean, I don't want to show up, but like, let's at least get there. I'm prepared. I have my rain jacket. I have my shoes made especially for marching. They're waterproof, so it's nice. They're called Drill Masters. If you're in band, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I had my Drill Masters with me, so my feet don't get wet. I was very prepared. So I literally, the second she opens my door, receive a message. And the director's like, hey, we're actually gonna delay our thing an hour. We'll get out at the same time, but we'll start an hour later. Just so that's way we can avoid the worst part of the rain. And I'm sitting here in my car like, okay. I mean, I'm fine with that. I don't want to get soaking wet, if possible. But I can't. Oh. But also we don't have much rehearsal time left, so I'd like to get as much as we can done. So I'm sitting in my car. I go get some donuts from a local grocery store, and I'm like, okay, at least I can do that for a little while. Oh gosh, I'm not surviving this. I'm very much not surviving this. Okay, well. So eventually I get this message from my band director, and she's like, hey, we're actually gonna move our practice to the indoor location, still starting at 9 o'clock, and like, nothing's gonna, like show up at 9 o'clock, and we'll get started with stuff at 9:15. So we basically lost like an hour 15 of rehearsal time, but we get to go into the indoor location. And if you're curious, the rain did not let up in that hour, so I'm very happy we got the indoor space for even longer. During this morning section, we learn a little thing that we do going into our games and just go like into shows in general. And it takes us like 30 minutes, and then we spend the rest of the time learning all of our third movements. Like I said, we have 4 movements, but we gotta get 3 of them done. I think we don't quite get them all done, but we make a lot of progress, and we have a little more time in the afternoon. So it's not like we have to get it all done at that exact moment. We have time. Overall, things go pretty well. Like I said, a lot of good, we get a lot of good rehearsal time, and all of a sudden it gets to noon, we go to lunch, and we go and there was a red light. I didn't even move. I didn't move. That's fine. So at this point, we have learned most of our music. We gotta go over some stuff because we have our first show for all the incoming freshmen. By the time this gets out, it is gonna be literally the next day. So, a pretty quick turnaround. So we have, so we have a lot of music to learn just for that. Why is there always red light, green light? I hate it so much. We spend some time learning all of our music, and then we continue working on our third movement. And everything goes great. I mean, no major problems. I think we put music to it and everything. Everything's going great. And at the very end of it, at this point it's like 4:10, they're like, okay, so we're gonna do a full run of our entire show with music. And I'm like, okay, we got this. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? And this is where that foreshadowing from earlier comes in. So, we get set up in our first set. I noticed, man, there's something a little off, because I'm in my spot. The people behind me are in their spot, but the people like right next to me and in front of me seem to be way off. And I'm sitting here like, so they're in the wrong spot. And the people around me know this. But should we say something? And you might be like, of course you want to say something. Because, like, why would you start something incorrect? But I'm sitting here like, we gotta teach them a lesson. So my section leader's going around like, just basically begging them to check their dots. You're like, oh, we're in the right spot. And I'm sitting here like, no you aren't, but have fun believing you are. So at this point it's like me, like 3 or 4 mellophones or other mellophones, a lot of trombones, maybe some saxophones. I don't know what the instrument groups around me. Eventually our announcer is like, he starts announcing the start of our show just to give us a feel for what it's like. And I think it starts to dawn on us like, hey, this is gonna be really, really bad if we don't cut this drill. There's like 60 people so far out of place. We were basically shouting over the sky with a loud microphone to try to get this to stop, so that's how we could get this fixed. Like I said, 60 people out of place. There's gonna be a lot of injury, and it's gonna be a waste of a rep. So, oh, I survived this. Let's go. So we get this event called off eventually, but I feel like that's kind of like how the run's gonna go. I'm not doing this map again. There's only 90. Okay, I guess I don't have much of a choice. We're doing this map, not that I'm happy about it. So we get through our first movement. Everything goes pretty well. Overall, nothing major happens. We were on to our second movement, and there's this point where I break off, and I'm with like 2 other mellophones plus a bunch of tenor saxes, and we form like this cool diagonal on the field. And it's a fun set. But then me and the 2 other mellophones break off and connect with the other mellophones to make an arc on the field. It's a cool set. I like it. A lot of fun. But I notice, hey, the mellophones I'm supposed to be connecting with seem to be really, really far off. Like, wrong yard line, so far forward, it was a mess. It could have been my fault, but I'm pretty sure I'm like 98% sure I was at the right spot. And also there's a bunch of trombones right in front of me that are also seem to be really, really close to me. I'm sitting here like, this is gonna fall apart. And then this next move we have is marching 8 outwards, and luckily everyone on my side of the field's going the same direction, so nothing major happens. We also somehow didn't crash. After that we went into a scatter set where we can run out of time and like, we don't have to stay in time. We can take as much or as little time as we need, so we basically get saved by our own drill. And the fact that there wasn't an accident is no short of a miracle in my mind. But it gets better. So we end our second movement. I'm pretty tired at this point because holding this mellophone thing is not easy. It weighs I don't know how much. I'd assume 10 pounds, maybe. That seems maybe a little high. 5 or 10 pounds, which doesn't sound like much, but I'm holding it way out from my body instead of like in a comfortable position. So my shoulders are really sore at this point. I was like, okay, now much can go wrong. But I can't remember the next couple sets perfect, but I know like the general idea of what's going on. And I think a lot of the band forgot what the next couple sets were in our third movement. Because I told you, like, hey, we got our third movement down. What I didn't say is that we spent a lot of time focusing on the second half of our third movement and not the beginning. Because the beginning sets aren't too hard. So everyone forgot how they go. And because everyone forgot how we go, me and this line of mellophones almost gets hit by trombones because a couple people don't go far enough in my line. And my section leader, who's right next to me, had to literally pull one of the mellophones away from before she was hit on the head with the trombone. At that moment I realized, holy cow, we were not ready for our first show. I told you about this first show that we're doing for the freshmen on campus. We also have another show in 3 days from now at a football game, so we're performing these 3 movements. And from now to then, we have 1 rehearsal the day before. Oh, I did my first neo. Let's go. Oh, these are not hard. This just gives me a good opportunity to practice parkour, so. Oops. So, at this point, I'm like, holy cow, we are not ready for our first show. And I also remember, I can't make it to the first rehearsal because I have a class. No, my marching band is a class, but I have another class that is at the same time, and it's also required for my major, so I can't make marching band on Wednesdays. Which happens to be the one day that our only rehearsal is before our first show. So I'm just hoping that by the time I get to the football game this Thursday, that I don't get hurt, because if I get hurt, then I'm done with the season, and I don't want to do that. I'm on a new instrument. I want to check it out and like have some fun. Please wish me luck in this, and just please just wish me luck that I don't get injured by a trombone slide this Thursday. I said I'd talk about college. College is going great right now. I mean, look at me. I told you about my last week. Get down the ladder. Wither. Run. Go this way. Run. Oh, 14 seconds. Am I gonna survive this? Probably, but I kind of trapped myself, didn't I? Oops. No withers, right? Yeah, we're all good. Yay, I survived. College is going great. I told you about my week. Classes haven't started yet. I'm so happy right now. I've spent time hanging out with friends who have moved in a little early. Had a good time. Now ask me again in like 2 weeks and my answer is going to be way different. But right now I'm doing pretty well. My roommate's moved in, but he's at his girlfriend's house, so I have time to make it. You're kidding me. No, that was targeted. That was on me. Okay, he left me. He left. Oh, he did not leave. He in fact is very much still there. Who did that? Who did that? Well. Still DeQuavis MC. I don't think that's DeQuavis, guys. This next semester I just realized I have 10 classes. Which maybe to people in high school maybe doesn't sound like a lot. To people in other parts of the world, I don't know what college is like. So I don't know if that sounds like a lot to you. But I have 10 classes. Which is a lot of classes in college. Most college students have like 3 or 4 I'd say most people have like 4 classes, so I'm doubling that, and I'm getting the same amount of I'm technically getting the same amount of workload as everyone else, and I don't know how, because like I said, I have twice as many classes. If my classes were actually credited correctly, I would be way over credits. Being a music major is great. This is like my sophomore year, so classes actually start to get a little more intense, so definitely I'm a little nervous about that. A lot can go wrong, I think, but as long as I study hard, I'll be fine. Will I study? I mean, I should. I probably will. Will I want to study? No. No, I'm not even going to try to be like, oh yeah, I'll be fine studying. I'm so nervous for that part. I'm a good student normally, but like studying has never been one of my strengths. Oh wait, floor's lava, I can't do that. Oh, okay, come on. Couldn't do much about that, could I? Please don't be red light, green light. Oh, I have 10 seconds. Well, ooh, milk bucket. Probably won't be useful, but maybe. You're kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Why? He's chasing me down. He is chasing me. He knows too much, because this one feels targeted again. What the heck is this? Okay, I think I've survived a little bit. So, yeah, with 11 classes, my schedule's gonna be kind of busy. I've talked about it, how I'm gonna be uploading a little less. You can take this, for example. I didn't upload yesterday, or 2 days ago. It's a little odd time for me to post a video, but it's the only time that I have. I'm still working on that one video for the Let's Play, but yeah, I've been busy with Bandcamp, so that's why it's not out. Oh, you're kidding me. That's why it's not out yet. And please don't be mad. I don't think you understand how much work I've put in. It was like 72 hours of work. I will say, even with that, somehow my screen time hasn't gotten much better. I mean, it's gone down a lot, but also because I've had to use my phone so much to find music and my spot on the field, it somehow went down less than you'd think. Also, it's also like one of my first times playing Minecraft since, oh dang it, I gotta run. That didn't buy me any distance. What the heck? Come on, can I escape? No. Wait, is he coming this way? Can he not see me? Oh, I might have survived. Will I survive this? Probably not, but we're doing okay right now. 3 people left. What the? What? No. Good luck to the one person. Where is he? Dude, you're on half a heart. Rip. Oh, he's actually in a good spot. I think he could survive. Let's do one more game, and I'll have a lot of footage and stuff to talk about. Now I have nothing to talk about, so that's unfortunate. I guess, I mean, outside of that, there's not much going on. Like, my classes start in 2 days from now, but I mean, the first days are like, hey, here's your syllabus. You're not, like, there'll be a little bit of classwork, but I've already seen, like, the first homework assignments. They're gonna take me, like, 30 minutes. I'll be just fine. Oh, this is just going back and forth. Oh, how is there, like, no one in this game? What happened? Did everyone just die? 16. How are the... Oh, everyone must have left. Because they don't show when people leave, I think. That's no fun. Well, at least I know I've beaten 10 people. Are we dumb? We just go down here. Zombies can't... Zombies kinda suck at this idea of swimming. I mean, they can swim. Oh! It's trying to jump at me. Oh, wait, what? 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 What are you doing? You can't do that. Not allowed. Oh, oh, that's not gonna work. I just got teleported. Why? Actually, please launch me up. Dang it. Tornado, you suck. Oh, no. This is a big problem. The big zombies are there, ready to kill me. The mini zombies are ready to kill me. What? If you want to see my videos in the future, I recommend subscribing, because I'm not going to be uploading as much as I'd like to. But if you want to see my content in the future, subscribing or hitting the like button will help, and I will see you next time. Bye!